Alright everybody, welcome to MMS tonight. Garrett Jings up here in the booth as always. Alright everybody, welcome to MMS tonight. Garrett Jings up here in the big echo. Either way. Right now as it stands, bit of a small field tonight, however. It is New Year's, so you can kind of expect it and whatnot. Right now as it stands, pretty much qualifying will be based off of iRacing alone, other than Ethan Eckert posting a lap time. So, with that being said, the starting lineup will go as followed. Pretty much based off of iRacing standards, and it has Ethan Eckert, Cody Nichols, Casey Sprinkle, Richard Elliott, Joshua McCullough, your top five. Kevin McCullough, Christopher Carter, Kevin Allen, Willem H. Scott, and Jordan. Just about your top 10, really. So, 10 drivers on deck to end the new year. Been a hell of a 2025 season. There ain't no better way to end it with MMS. Of course, my name does not count in all of this. Field getting ready to go green here, so you can't get a quick word with a couple drivers. Kevin McCullough, Garrett Jings up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you, buddy.
Well, New Year's starting to wind on down. Well, really, this year's starting to wind on down. New Year's coming. I'll ask you real fast. 2025 as a whole, how would you rate it compared to previous years?
I would sum it up to be a pretty good year. I feel like the scene's coming back here, starting to get a lot of new drivers in. Got the big PGR 500 coming up. Nazareth's got a big race coming up. I think the guys that took over Podium's got a big race coming up. But yeah, I think 2026 is going to start off good. Feel like the turnouts are getting better. But we'll see how it goes. I knew it was going to be a little rough tonight, being New Year's Eve, everybody partying and getting drunk. But you know how we are. We'll race it regardless of what we got.
Well, buddy, I'll ask you this last question. You alluded to 2026. What are the expectations expected to be higher for the new year versus how this year was?
I just got to get it cleaned up a little more. You know, we implement rules as we go, and just got to get the cautions cleared up some. But some of the racing this year has been some of the best I've been a part of. So, like I say, it's hit and miss, but we can only go up. We can't go back for sure.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck. Hopefully, we'll talk to you at the end of 2025 and into 2026 at Victory Lane.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, again, short field on deck for a night. We're going to make the most of it. 52 laps on deck as well. The Legacy Next Gen's always a hell of a show. Not Next Gens, but Gen 4s, whatever I just said. All right. Ethan Eckert, Cody Nichols brings us down to the start. And we're rolling from Talladega. Down back straightaway, Cody Nichols, Richard Elliott trying to work that outside lane. We've got Eckert, Sprinkle, both the McCulloughs on the bottom. The field works their way through 3 and 4 for the first time tonight. Right in the line, give it to Cody Nichols. 94 did start, however, started from the pit, so right now not in the conversation as it stands. The field works down the back straightaway, still 2 by 2. Right now, Chris Carter working with Richard Elliott. Got Josh McCullough up there with him. Niggles, Eckert, Casey Sprinkle, Kevin McCullough, Kevin Allen on the bottom lane. William H. Scott was working that outside lane, falls back to the bottom lane. Niggles up to cover Elliott. Eckert right back down to the bottom. Eckert with nose to the head at the line. Eckert leads back to outside lane, battling back immediately. Give Niggles and Richard Elliott props trying to make the outside lane work. McCullough will jump up behind him. Gonna make it through. Oh, already to wrecking big. Niggles, Sprinkle, Richard Elliott involved in it. Goodness. Caution is out. Richard Elliott, big damage to that machine. One fast repair coming up. Hell happened? Oh, look at it. First caution of the night already. Well, they enter turn 3 pretty fine. Oh, Elliott comes down, gets Sprinkles. Cody Niggles involved in this one. Did it one more time for Richard Elliott. Oh no, Carter gets into Carter into Elliott. Kind of forces Elliott down into Sprinkle. And Eagle's just an innocent bystander in all this. Wicked shot. Right on board Richard Elliott through this. Well, the field is in. Go ahead and pit now. Push the pit window back 3 or 4, maybe even 5 laps. Ethan Eckert, Chris Carter, first and second off the pit road. Everybody else pretty much either servicing the car or repairing the damage, of course. Kevin Allen out. That being said, first caution of the night. 3-car incident involving Cody Niggles, Richard Elliott, Casey Sprinkle. All 3 cars should be able to continue, as a matter of fact. That being said, it will be, give or take, 46 laps to go when they take the green flag again. One second, folks. So Ethan Eckert, Kevin Allen will surrender first and third to come back in. Casey Sprinkle as well back into the pits. All the drivers back in. Joshua McCollum, matter of fact, Ethan Eckert done and gone. .46 to go when they take the green flag. We'll go ahead and re-rack. Try to re-rack the top 10 as it stands. Christopher Carter, Jordan Eckert, Kim McCullough, Joseph Allen, your top 5. Casey Sprinkle, Joshua McCullough, Cody Niegels, William H. Scott, and Richard Elliott, the top 10. We'll get set to go back with 46 laps to go from Talladega. We're slick looking 94. Alright. We have a miscue on the restart here. Either way, Christopher Carter brings us back down. We're underway again for Talladega. .46 to go. Niegels already drops down to the bottom. 94 will get left out to dry. Here comes Eckert for the lead with Kevin Allen, Sprinkle, Niegels in tow. Now back straightaway, Carter going wide. Cody Niegels and Joshua McCullough trying to make that middle lane work. Eckert still holding on to the lead as they enter turn 3. Niegels and McCullough right now still trying to wear that outside lane. Matter of fact, Cody will get clear. Joshua going to try to push himself clear. Niegels down to the bottom to cover Eckert, Sprinkle, William H. Scott jumps up to the outside lane. Cody leads at the line. 45 to go. So right now as it stands, that 94 going wide yet again of Jordan. Will work down the back straightaway. William H. Scott worked himself up inside the top 5. Trying to hold on to it. Here goes the bottom lane again with Cody. Cody, Eckert, Allen. Top 3 on the bottom. Kim McCullough lying back there as well. Over again, McCullough. Right now, the other McCullough, Joshua McCullough, barely leads down the back straight away. Here comes Niegels right back to the bottom. 4 on 2. It's going to be hard for you on the outside lane unless you get the majority with you to try to make that outside lane work. McCullough going to battle back. It's going to draw even with Niegels as they work through the tri-oval again. 43 to go. Right now, William H. Scott going to take it 3 wide. Nobody goes with him. Well, he might well just blend right back in line. Field works off of turn 4 yet again. The contact between McCullough and Sprinkle. Sprinkle lets him in line. Right now, the field singled out now, and as for now, I reckon the driver's going to try to save fuel best they can. Run single file, run the bottom lane. Right now, as it stands, Cody Nichols, Ethan Eckert, Josh McCullough, Casey Sprinkle, Kevin Allen, the top 5. Nichols jumps up out of line. Strategy move. Have all eyes, wants to fall back. Definitely don't want to be a lead car right now. Right, and it will shuffle up to order. McCullough, Kevin McCullough, that is, will move up to 5th. William H. Scott, Jordan, Elliott, and Nichols now. Chris Carter to the left, back together. Josh McCullough now leads. Right now, field working 2x2 again. Right now, McCullough up to the top spot, 3 wide action. McCullough, Scott, Sprinkle trying to work that 3rd lane. Kevin Allen stuck in the middle. McCullough and Elliott will lead at the line, 39 to go. Now, 5-car breakaway for the moment. Eckert, remainder of the field, trying to get back in tow with the top 5. Matter of fact, Eckert will. Here comes Sprinkle and the rest as well. So, 38 to go. Well, we've seen today a lot of them want to save fuel. The only issue is nobody wants to lead. 3 wide action. Everybody trying to turn where they want to run. But right now, McCullough, Elliott, Allen, William Scott, your top 4. Eckert settles back into 5th. And McCullough is by Sprinkle, Nichols, and Carter, still your top 10. Now Eckert going wide, and pretty much right now, this is pretty much just a waiting game. Well, if anything, of course, you got 20, 25, 30-car fields, green flag pit stops become important. With a small field like this, they're even more. One mistake, you're pretty much just done for the race. Better on one caution. Well, we Yeah, another one. Probably not, but never say never, especially in this industry. Anything can happen as McCullough will bring him through the trouble again. McCullough will lead his 4th lap of the race. 2 shy of leading most laps right now. They're the home most laps led. Cutting Eagles back in 8th at 5. Trying to work that outside lane by himself. Side by side for the 4th spot with Joshua McCullough. No help coming. 167, he'll more likely just continue to slide back. Well, giving a hell of a shot. Right now it's still even. With Joshua McCullough running it wide again down the back straightaway. Majority of the field still single filed out. With 34 to go. Still, damn, Ethan Eckert loose through trouble, able to hold on to it. McCullough now leading the most laps so far tonight. McCullough right now leading. Right now, pretty much biggest gainers, biggest losers at the moment. Right now, McCullough up 5, Allen up 5, Eckert and Eagles both down 5. Everybody else pretty much give or take a couple spots. Elliott up 2. After Kim McCullough, at some point you're going to have to start thinking, when do I need to start falling back? Probably about the 6th or 7th spot. Start saving a little bit of fuel in my own right. Right now things content. Just right out front in the moment. Scott right back out the outside again, this time for the lead. Not going to be able to do it, drifts up way too high on the racetrack. It's going to fall all the way back now to somewhere around the 7th spot, maybe 8th. Yeah, he could drop all the way back to 10th. Josh McCullough look to the outside. Casey trying to fake him out. And he'll blend right back in line again. Pole setter for tonight, Ethan Eckert. Other than starting on the pole, it's been a pretty quiet night. With an 18 of Eckert, going to look to the outside of Casey Sprinkle, not able to get there at the moment. Never really wanted to go. Thought about it, blends back in line right now. Ethan started on the pole for tonight. Scott still working the outside lane. Right now, Eckert, pretty much like a lot of drivers at the moment, riding, trying to save the fuel right now, back in the 7th spot. Eckert led 4 laps earlier. This has been 30 to go. Field work down back straight away again. William H. Scott going to try to take the lead from McCullough all by himself. Much on the bottom. Don't think one singular car can really formulate the run. Going to enter way high again. Well, here comes the majority of the field. Everybody's in. Eckert and Eagle stay out. 94 plus the pit buys Joshua McCullough sideways, saves it. Give him style points. Right now, as it stands, the final 4 drivers really who stayed out will be Eckert and Eagle Scott just by, of course, the 94 missing pit entry early as the field pretty much down and away at this point. Here comes Eckert and Eagles in. Eckert locking up the brakes big time. He'll get it well down. William H. Scott. Troubles on pit road for the 167. As it stands right now. Josh McCullough, Casey Sprinkle, Richard Elliott. Should be the top 3. Eckert already rolling out. So is Niegels. But they will be swallowed up by McCullough, Sprinkle, and Elliott right now. Ken McCullough trying to play catch up at the moment. That's why Elliott dropped back. Trying to add over the bridge, trying to give McCullough the draft. And right now, McCullough, Kenny that is coming. With 28 to go, should be the final pit stop of the race to go green on out to the end. Yeah, right now as it stands, Josh McCullough or Casey Sprinkle. This is about the best case scenario you wanted. Almost a second lead out. And now Ken Elliott and McCullough get back to Joshua McCullough and Casey Sprinkle. They stand on the side of the ticker. They're coming. As is Eckert and Eagles. Way back there in the back, Kevin Allen, Christopher Carter also coming. They'll get formed back up right now, 94 to 167. Of course, issues on pit road for them. They have since lost the draft. As a matter of fact, William H. Scott about to come 1 lap down. McCullough and Elliott link right back up. Joseph Allen, fast lap of the race, 47.714. There, however, still 1.3 back. Yeah, but they've got Cody Nichols' draft along with Eckert, Scott, McCullough, pretty much 8 drivers still left in it. With 25 laps to go, might I add. race recap. Right now, Joshua McCullough leads. Green flag pit stops just got done being concluded. Only one caution tonight involving Casey Sprinkle, Richard Elliott, Cody Nichols on the opening lap. Other than that, pretty much been single file out. Drivers trying to stretch the fuel, play the economy game. Everything in between. This will be the final MMS race for 2025. Which one of these 10 drivers can say that they won the last race in MMS for 2025? Right now, Josh McCullough continues to lead and led 7 laps so far. Kim McCullough's led 10. Ethan Eckert, Cody Nichols, both have led 5 apiece, and then of course Chris Carter's led 2. So officially 5 different lead changes. Nine official lead changes. Well, 22 laps to go. We're going to take one quick step away. You're watching MMS live from Talladega. Then it's starting to pick up with 20 to go, 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Well, 94 right now trying to get one of his laps back. See Liam H. Scott going 2 down. Really, 94 trying to get his lap back. Also trying to bring Christopher Carter, Kevin Allen up back to the front. And McCullough continues to lead as they exit turn 4. Right now, pit strategy report as they go right now. Well, there you see everybody pretty much went 19 laps on the last stint. And I don't believe they cut fuel window that much. Oh, here they come. Evidently they did. Well, there's that. Oh, Chris Carter spins. Carter around. Now pretty much be game over for Chris Carter unless there's a caution. Well, this is everybody in other than the 94 who will get one of his laps back. Everybody else already down and away. Richard Elliott wins the race off the pit road. Casey Sprinkle, black flag. Joseph Allen, black flag. Christopher Carter, black flag. Well, they'll pretty much take all three of them out of the running. With 18 laps to go, it will be between, unless there's a caution again, Elliott, Joshua McCullough, Cody Nichols, Kevin McCullough, Ethan Eckert. Question is, can Eckert keep up with the draft? Well, right now he's got it. Here comes Kevin McCullough up the outside. No help. Surprise. Joshua did not go winning. Not the line. Richard Elliott leads his first lap. Carter back in to serve his black flag. The field works down the back straightaway. 17 laps to go. Well, Eckert did get caught up with him, and that's the good thing about it. Still 5 drivers left in contention at the moment. That's exactly how it was in the Donators race. Both the McCulloughs. Well, my mistake, Richard Elliott still up front. Ain't no mistake. Both Kenneth and Joshua both. All right now trying to figure out how the hell we going to pull off a 1-2 for the second consecutive race. In the end, 2025. Right now, Elliott and McCullough both on that outside lane. Bottom lane with the advantage. Josh McCullough back out to the point. Eckert and Eagles. Now Elliott McCullough, your top 5 with 15 to go. 14 when they get back to the line. Now Neal stuck on the outside lane. Eckert loose off of 2. Hangs on to it for the moment. Down the back straightaway. Well, MMS now on the bottom, but Eckert and Eagles stuck on the outside lane. If you're MMS, this is what you want. All 3 cars on the bottom right now. The other 2 members of this, Kevin Allen, Casey Sprinkle, 7th and 8th, 46 seconds. Off the lead. pretty much as it stands. There they both would be. And then Jeopardy are going a lap down. There you see the field behind them and right on board with Casey Well, Kevin Allen, Casey Sprinkle stay to the outside lane. But both will go one lap down. Elliott jumps up to the top. Josh McCullough stays to the bottom for the moment. Not sure if he had denied him a lot of time to get up there to the top lane, but he'll have to run with Cody Nichols. He'll get clear. Field works down the back straightaway again. 11 to go next time by. And Ethan Eckert. Pretty much in the catbird seat as it stands. Allen. Back in the bottom, they'll go single file out yet again. McCullough looks to the outside lane. Allen goes all the way up to the third lane. McCullough's going to work the middle lane. Both of them, that is. Eckert up to block the middle lane. Big shot to the back of Ethan Eckert from Joshua McCullough. 11 to go. Now the odd man out, Cody Nichols stuck on the bottom by himself for the moment. McCullough trying to figure out if he wants to go to the bottom or stay in the middle lane. He'll stay in the middle, so will Eckert. Elliott went to the bottom. Almost got ready for his trophies. Right now they're just trying to shuffle out Cody Nichols at the moment. Going to be 10 laps to go. Bottom lane. Well, the only issue is he ain't got a lot of help. Actually, he ain't got no help. You're right on board with him. Coming that middle lane, almost gets turned. Christopher Carter goes 3 laps down. Now still ranging on at the front. Nine to go. And Ethan Eckert right now holds on to the lead. Buster McCullough's running second and third. Joshua McKinnon, both. Richard Elliott back in fifth. Of course, Casey Sprinkle, Kevin Allen, 1 lap down. Field fans out again down the back straightaway. 3 wide this time. Ethan Eckert, if he can lead 2 more laps, he'll surpass Joshua and Kenny both for leading the most laps of the race tonight. They worked down the back straightaway yet again. Way up that third lane, almost into the wall. He would have hung on to it. Kevin Allen speaking of the wall. Yeah, Joseph Allen, my mistake. Joseph Allen. 3 wide for third. Looked down, really seen 3 wide all day. Almost 4 wide. McCullough back down to We'll hook up with Joshua. They're going to try to work this third lane again. Eckert stuck in the middle. Christopher Carter pushing Cody Nichols up to the lead. Nichols hard into the wall. Eckert's involved. Joshua McCullough's in it. Richard Elliott with damage. Goodness. Hellacious hit for Cody Nichols. Just Nichols. Ethan Eckert, big damage as well. Good news for Ethan and Cody both. They will have their one and only fast repair remaining. What the hell happened? Unsure at the moment. Right now, Cody Nichols spewing smoke out of that machine. Let's take a look at it. Second caution of the night, and it comes late in the going. Carter pushing Cody, and they all just come together. Looks like Elliott comes down, maybe. Gotta rewind it, look it up one more time. Alright, there, Elliott, and pretty much Elliott comes down just a little bit too much into Cody. From there, and Ethan Eckert completely destroys that entire car. Good grief. Rewind it one more. Oh, actually, we'll run on board with Eckert and Cody Nichols through this. Well, really, last on board before we take it back live, Ethan Eckert. This is going to fall right in Eckert's lap. God, Jesus. Hell of a hit. Well, right now, unknown if we're going to a green white checkered tent with 5 to go. 4 and 3, so they should go back to green with 3 laps to go, I would think. Well, be 3 to go when they take the green flag. Right now, Joseph Allen. They ain't going to be able to get their laps back. So Allen and William H. Scott will come in this time. Richard Elliott still in the pits. Well, Of course, the damage Elliott got from that. Of course, he's already had to use his fast repair one time earlier in the race, so whatever he has, he's pretty much stuck with. As the field will see the 1 to green. Well, when it's all said and done, Ken McCullough, Ethan Eckert, Cody Niegels, Josh McCullough, Casey Sprinkle, the top 5. Rich Elliott just now rolling out. Will be 1 lap down. In 6, Allen. Alan Jordan, Christopher Carter, William H. Scott, your top 10. Well, been a hell of a 2025, and there's no better way to end it. 3 lap shootout. If we need an overtime, we'll go to 3. The first 2 overtime attempts will be considered regular, well, green, white, checker attempts. If they don't make it back to the white flag before the yellow, we'll re-rack it the 3rd attempt, racing to the end. Let's hope it does not get that far, though. All right. McCullough, Eckert, Niegels, Joshua McCullough, Casey Sprinkle. 5 drivers left with a shot at it. We're rolling. Stuck behind Christopher Carter at the moment right now. Top 4 breakaway. Well, here comes the remainder of the field down the back straightaway. Sprinkle dives to the bottom of Carter. Sprinkle's going to try to latch on to the back of Joshua McCullough. Going to bring Kevin Allen with him. Ethan Eckert to the point. They're going to see 2 laps to go this time by. With McCullough with a big run on the outside. McCullough will lead. Speak too soon. Here comes Eckert battling back on the inside lane. McCullough, Sprinkle working the bottom. Ken McCullough. Niegels. Carter, Allen, and Elliott. The top 5 on the outside lane, of course. With your Allen and Elliott, you're 1 lap down at the moment. We're going to go off of turn 4. And we'll see the white flag. The final race for 2025 for MMS is in its final lap. And at the line, McCullough leads barely over Eckert. 1 to go. Still 2 by 2. Bottom lane holding their own. Eckert leads through 1 and 2. Then we'll see the back straightaway for the final time. Still side by side. McCullough battling back on the outside lane. He's got Niegels, Carter, Allen, Elliott with him. Turn 3 for the final time in 2025. And right now, Ethan Eckert holding on to the advantage, not by much. Eckert loose off the corner. To the line, McCullough surging ahead through the trioval. McCullough, Eckert at the line. Kenneth McCullough to victory lane. Cody Neal running out 3rd. The field wrecks big time. Might as well junk them at the end. Ain't gonna need them next year. Good grief. Well, for Ken McCullough, what a way to end 2025. Well, they can't get him in here. Ken McCullough cannot be a more fitting way to end the year, huh?
That's one way to end it.
Wrecked. 21 hundredths of a second will be the result tonight. Take us through the race. Looked like the majority of it did come down to green flag pit stops when it mattered the most. Is that an accurate statement, really? What was the game plan? 5 cars left in it after that late caution? Or was there really a game plan and just every man for himself at that point?
We kind of had a game plan before the caution came out there. The incident with Richard and I think it was Cody. We kind of had a game plan there. I kind of thought we were all going to just stay high. I knew Cody and Ethan was probably working together. We kind of had them outnumbered teammate wise tonight. Sometimes it works out that way, sometimes it don't. But kind of had a game plan, and that caution kind of shook everything up. I knew Cody was behind me. He's a damn good pusher. I knew if he went third, I just felt like he couldn't go third there, not without jeopardizing himself. And I knew Josh was going to stay behind Ethan. So, it was going to take some people from behind us to do something to shake stuff up. And, hey, we come home number 1 tonight. So it worked out.
Well, you told me at the top of the show, 2025, great year all around for MMS as a whole. 2026, expectations to be better. Is this a hell of a way to start?
Yeah, what would be a really good start if I could go to Jimmy Crow's race tomorrow and start out with a win. That would even kick it off a little better for 2026. But sure it's going to be a good race tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, buddy, last question I got for you. Is there anybody want to thank Night Friends, family sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I got to thank my teammates. Man, they come every night. No matter how many drivers we got, they show up and show out. And thank you for doing the broadcast. And just thank everybody that's joined us in 2025. And Happy New Year to everyone and their families.
All right, buddy. For Kenneth McCullough tonight, he will end 2025 in victory lane. A hell of a job. Appreciate the time, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, next up on the list, well, we're a driver who will walk out of here leading, actually tied for second with the most laps. Ethan Eckert, Garrett Jenkins up here at broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, that would be me.
Well, hell, take me through the night. Looked like it was going to be yours for a little while. Field started saving fuel and whatnot. Really, what was the tipping point for the 18 team?
Oh, I mean, we just went out there and tried to do everything we could. Me and Cody were really outnumbered tonight. So, just went out there, had some fun. I mean, I knew the odds of me winning weren't the best because it was I don't know how many they had, but it was a 2v, I think 6, maybe more. But, I mean, yeah, I just went out there, tried to do the best I could, and stay up front for the most part. Just stay with the pack, be there at the end. Yeah, I mean, keep the car clean.
Well, buddy, I'll ask you the same question I'll probably ask Cody Neal when I get him in here. As a whole, as 2025 ends in about 45 more minutes, give or take, how does Ethan Eckert rank 2025 as a whole for this year as far as racing goes, competitive, big races, Does it meet your expectations, or do you feel like even bigger expectations are going to be met in 2026?
I feel like in a couple of the big races, I made a couple moves I shouldn't have that cost me getting a much better finishing position than I did. But I mean, in the regular MMS races and the PGR races, I feel like I did overall pretty good. I mean, I think I had 4 or 5 PGR wins this year. Countless MMS wins. I'd say it's a pretty solid year overall.
Well, buddy, the last question I got before I let you head out of here. Is there anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, shout out to you for broadcasting. Jeffrey Ford for covering the broadcast. All the guys that raced, Kenny McCall for putting all this on. People we watched, everyone that raced. Yeah, that's it.
All right, buddy. For Ethan Eckert tonight, it will be a second place run to end 2025. We look forward to seeing him in victory lane come 2026. Until then, buddy, a hell of a job this year. Appreciate your time.
Yep, thank you.
Well, last but not least, definitely not least, Cody and Eagles, Garrett Jenkins up here at Broadcast Booty. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, a hell of a night for you to say the least. Opening lap, kind of get collected in that scrap, and then, of course, really take us through what happened for your perspective to set up the 3-lap shootout. What was your take on the incident?
I guess he was going down to side draft me. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't want to elaborate too much on it because I'm kind of frustrated with it, but it's been a rough day for me to say the least. I'm glad I could at least get on here and race a little bit, but I'll be honest with you, I'm glad to get a P3. I mean, pushing Kenny there, I really didn't have another option, and I wasn't about to pull out. And I mean, if I go third, Ethan wins the race, but at the same time, it really doesn't benefit me too much. So I just push Kenny there, take my money, move on. Can't win them all.
As what I can only say has been a hell of a year, especially the last 3 months since I started covering the broadcast and you showing up on the scene a lot more often. I got to say, after what in my words, a hell of a 2025, 2026 can only be better, can it not?
In more ways than one, 2026 is going to be a lot better for me. I'm not even going to go into detail, but I've found out some bull crap and in my personal life, and it's only going to make me more motivated at this and more focused in my personal life. And I'm truly understanding who my real friends are and who isn't. And like I said, in more ways than one, 2026 is going to be my year. 2025 was not a good one for me. So it might have been racing wise, but this coming year is going to be a lot better.
Well, buddy, I'll ask you these last 2 questions. One is a hypothetical question in its own right. I'll ask you this: 2026 going to be the year for Cody and Eagles. What would it mean to start off with a PGR 500 win? How confident are you in your ability to get that job done? And then the last question I got for you after the first one: is there anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Well, I had a shot at it last year, and I got outnumbered on the last lap with Falkingham and Zwack behind me, and I think I'll have a good shot at it again this year. It's just about putting yourself in position, and I feel like I can do that, but there is luck involved, and I'll do my part and hope that I get the luck to go along with it. As far as who I want to thank, I'm gonna do this one a little different because obviously, I thank the same people every single time I feel like when I'm in here. But I just want to say I am going to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I'm going through some crap right now, and it's going to take a lot of strength for me to not do something that I sorely regret. And I ain't going to do nothing too stupid, but I pray that he gives me the strength to make the right decisions, because there's going to be more than one person in my life that has hell to pay.
Well, buddy, a hell of a 2025, at least on the iRacing side of things, to say the least. Look forward to talking to you in the winner's circle a whole lot more come 2026.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Appreciate your time tonight. Cody Nichols will finish tonight in 2025 in the third position. Appreciate your time, buddy. Yeah, he's already gone. All right. That being said, I'm going to wrap things up a little bit early here. Well, wrong one. Don't know how that came about. Alright, there we go. Well, at the end of it, Kim McCullough, your winner. Ethan Eggert, Cody Nichols. Joshua McCullough, Casey Sprinkle, your top 5. Joseph Allen, Richard Elliott, Jordan Tabas, or Tabai, I should say. Christopher Carter, William H. Scott, your top 10. Of course, I don't count. With that being said, as far as I'm concerned, unfortunately, due to work-related issues, I will not be able to cover tomorrow night's running of the Hangover 250. However, as far as I'm concerned, PGR will return, with me at least, Friday night for the Midnight Racing League Series race live from Pocono. That will be covered right here on PGR at midnight. Friday night going into Saturday. Until then, appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate everybody tuning in for what's been a hell of a 2025 from all the leagues, from Inspired all the way to MMS and Midnight HGR. Got a feeling 2026 will be a whole lot better. Until then, I'll see everybody in the new year. Have a good rest of your night. Take it easy. We'll see you Friday.